to be here.
Dandelion community, I'm so glad to be able to introduce someone that is near and dear to my heart.
Yes, ma'am.
Someone I am so proud of, and I can't wait to introduce you to the Dandelion community.
Ooh, I heard a lot of things about them.
Yes.
Great things.
Yes. Well, you're here, so now you're a part of the family.
Hey!
Yes. Well, let's get right to it. I want to tell everybody who you are.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So they'll know why you're here.
Okay.
Because anyone who sits in that seat, oh my gosh, they have to be somebody that can really give it to us in that social emotional space.
Okay.
All right, so let me tell the people who Mr. Braswell
You got it.
is, who you're all about, okay? So, Mr. Miles Braswell is a 24-year-old Memphis native who is currently making strides to make his dreams of being his own boss and a physical therapist of reality come true. Miles graduated from the University of Tennessee at Knoxville in 2021. And tell us what your BS is in.
Kinesiology.
Kinesiology. And he has a minor in theater.
Yes, I do.
Yes, we have that love of theater together, don't we?
Yes, we do.
During his time at UT Knox, Miles had the opportunity to join the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, where he serves as the vice bossilus. He served as the vice bossilus and bossilus during his senior year. After graduating from UT Knox, Miles stayed in Knoxville for another year to work at Results Physiotherapy in order to gain experience in physical therapy before he applied to grad school for physical therapy. In 2022, Miles moved back home so he could be back with family and take the next step in pursuing his business dreams of being his own boss. Shortly after moving back, Miles enrolled in the Massage Institute of Memphis. Did y'all hear me? Dandelion community, I'm going to say it again. Massage, okay? Institute of Memphis, where he learned his foundation for massage therapy. And I'm going to take a snap right there. Okay, and hopefully your phone won't be buzzing off the rafters after this interview. He finished the program and became a licensed massage therapist in May of 2023. Shortly after this, he decided to start his own business, Eternal Drift Massage Therapy, and joined the Doctorate of Physical Therapy program at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center, where I attended his white coat ceremony on last.
Nice to be here.
Dandelion community, I'm so glad to be able to introduce someone that is near and dear to my heart.
Yes, ma'am.
Someone I am so proud of, and I can't wait to introduce you to the Dandelion community.
Ooh, I heard a lot of things about them.
Yes.
Great things.
Yes. Well, you're here, so now you're a part of the family.
Hey!
Yes. Well, let's get right to it. I want to tell everybody who you are.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So they'll know why you're here.
Okay.
Because anyone who sits in that seat, oh my gosh, they have to be somebody that can really give it to us in that social emotional space.
Okay.
All right? So let me tell the people who Mr. Braswell
You got it.
is, who you're all about, okay? So, Mr. Miles Braswell is a 24-year-old Memphis native who is currently making strides to make his dreams of being his own boss and a physical therapist of reality come true. Miles graduated from the University of Tennessee at Knoxville in 2021. And tell us what your BS is in.
Kinesiology.
Kinesiology. And he has a minor in theater.
Yes, I do.
Yes, we have that love of theater together, don't we?
Yes, we do.
During his time at UT Knox, Miles had the opportunity to join the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, where he serves as the vice bossilus. He served as the vice bossilus and bossilus during his senior year. After graduating from UT Knox, Miles stayed in Knoxville for another year to work at Results Physiotherapy in order to gain experience in physical therapy before he applied to grad school for physical therapy. In 2022, Miles moved back home so he could be back with family and take the next step in pursuing his business dreams of being his own boss. Shortly after moving back, Miles enrolled in the Massage Institute of Memphis. Did y'all hear me? Dandelion community. I'm going to say it again. Massage. Okay? Institute of Memphis, where he learned his foundation for massage therapy. And I'm going to take a snap right there. Okay, and hopefully your phone won't be buzzing off the rafters after this interview. He finished the program and became a licensed massage therapist in May of 2023. Shortly after this, he decided to start his own business, Eternal Drift Massage Therapy, and joined the Doctorate of Physical Therapy program at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center, where I attended his white coat ceremony on last week, where he is currently working on his goal of becoming a physical therapist and his own boss. I present to you, Dandelion community, Mr. Miles Braswell.
It is nice to be here, Auntie. Glad I could make it out to you today.
Well, I'm so delighted that you could. Well, I wanted you to stop by, Miles, because I have been a cheerleader on the sidelines of you for a long time.
Since I was a younger.
Yes.
I was a toddler.
Oh, my goodness. And I've seen your growth, but more importantly, I see where you are attuned to being socially and emotionally astute. And that means a lot.
It does.
It means a lot. Well, first of all, tell the Dandelion community why massage therapy, why physical therapy. Talk to us about what intrigued you and why that particular field.
So I'll start with PT. My drive, my initiative to pursue physical therapy initially came from my mom. She was a physical therapy assistant as well as an occupational therapist. So growing up from time to time, she would take me and my brother to the clinic with her, see what they used to do. Of course, I was a kid. I didn't know what I was doing for real, but I was in the space. So the drive to helping people, being exposed to the industry at an early age was probably one of the things that really helped me want to do that. It was something that I thought about doing for a long time, but somewhere in high school, I got exposed to the theater. And that's where that minor in theater came from. It was my passion. I fell in love with it. It was my major for a good little bit, but had an epiphany. Didn't really want to be a starving artist. So I was like, let's go back to the PT track. It'll go ahead and make sure I have a stable financial situation. And then I'll still be able to go ahead and pursue the passion of theater when it becomes free. Now massage comes into the play. Back in high school, from time to time, I would give some of my friends just a little shoulder massage, a little work there, work there.
Yeah.
And then they was like, "Oh, that really feel good. You got something going on." But at the time, I wasn't thinking nothing for real. It was just, just a little play or whatever. But when I was in Knox that year after I graduated, I started thinking, do I really want to do physical therapy for real? Long term? Is it something that's really calling my name for real? I know I've been exposed to it. I know I've been working towards it. But I had that little thought, is this what you want to do? So then I started thinking, okay, what are some things I can do that I can still utilize my kinesiology degree? Because it was pretty much just the studying of the body. How does it move? How does it work? So something that can keep me in the field where I'm being exposed to human bodies. So I was like, okay, athletic training, maybe, massage therapy, yeah.
Okay.
So that's where it comes from. And even being in the clinic, seeing therapists do more hands-on therapy with the patients. So like, if I can go ahead and get this, master this craft, it'll help me in the long term become a better therapist.
Okay, thank you for sharing that.
I'm gonna need some income while I support myself through grad school. Cause grad school is a full-time job that I'm gonna pay you until you get done.
Absolutely.
Come on,
absolutely. Yes. Well, thank you for sharing that. I always want to hear the person's why behind why they chose what they chose. So that makes a lot of sense. Our parents play a major role in what we do and who we are. And,
that's true.
It's awesome to keep their legacy alive. So that's beautiful. So tell us why the name I thought that was a very interesting name. So what does that mean? Eternal drift.
Eternal drift. It took me a while to come up with that name.
Yeah.
Because at first, initially, I wanted to do something with intentional.
Okay.
Because I want the art of the massage to be very intentional and very purposeful as to what my clients are looking for.
Okay.
So after I couldn't come up with a sound name with intentional in it, thought of eternal drift. Eternal because you're not going to want the session to end. Once I start, you're going to be in a state of simple bliss, happiness, and peace that you're going to want to keep going forever. And then drift is coming to the aspect. I was trying to do a play on words because I'm a mobile massage therapy practice, okay? Meaning I'm going to go to my clients wherever they are.
Gotcha.
Your place, your peace.
Oh.
That was the play on words with drift initially.
Okay.
When I started thinking about it more deeper, I'm trying to shift my client's perspective, change them more from a outer body focus, and drift them more towards looking at self-awareness, looking at what's going on internally within their bodies. Because I feel like on our daily basis, we're so concerned and so overwhelmed with what's going on the outside, stresses, work, job, school, family, that we don't tend to think about what's going on the inside of our bodies. I worked with some people from time to time where they'll tell me they have stress or pain in their shoulders or their neck. But then when I start working on them, I find something in their legs, maybe in their arms, and they're like, oh, I didn't even realize I was tight down there. So
it's all connected.
It's all connected. The body is essentially just one. Something can go on here, have an effect going down all the way down there.
Oh, wow. And I just think about how that impacts your mental health, your emotional health as well. So very interesting, very interesting. So, question.
Yes.
What is social emotional intelligence to you?
To me, I believe social emotional intelligence is being aware of one, how you feel primarily. Understanding your own emotions. It might not be in the moment, because sometimes we don't have enough time and sometimes we're not in the right headspace to process how we feel in the moment. But more so, when do you reflect? Do you reflect on how you feel, as well as how do you feel and what do you do to affect others around you? We might not be truly responsible for how someone feels. Like, I don't have to be responsible for what you feel or what you do. However, I have to be aware of what I do and how that makes you feel.
Dandelion community.
Understanding the power behind feelings all around.
Oh my goodness.
It's deep.
You articulated that very well, because it is definitely about you, but it's also about others. Yes. So with that, when was a time, Miles, when you wish you had been more social emotionally intelligent? But before I even ask you that question, I want to tell you the theme for our talk today. Okay. So, I love dandelions. You know I do. I love that flower dearly. But our talk today is about seeing the dandelion as a flower instead of a weed.
Right.
So, going back to my question, when have you not been a flower? When do you wish that you had been more social emotionally intelligent?
I feel like a time where I could have been or should have practiced more social emotional intelligence. It might be something that we all probably relate to or resonate with, but I'd say just growing on up. Growing up, I was in a house with 3 other kids. I had 3 siblings. And you're not always considerate about what's going on in the house and what's going on with other people. I feel like a good amount of times I was probably focused on just my house, what's going on in my house head, what's affecting my house. Not really being considerate about things that I said or things that I did. And it's not always something that you're happy about, but in the moment back in the day, it was just life, just going about the daily basis. That's who I was at the time. But looking at things now, just reflecting, I probably wish that I was a better sibling to my brother, to my sisters. really cared about what was going on with them, cared about what I said a little bit more because, once you say something, it don't go away. That's something that you gotta live with for the rest of your life. You can try to go back and apologize, try to make the situation better. But at the end of the day, you stuck with that decision.
Yeah. It's a difficult space to be in, The one thing that I love about social emotional intelligence is that first competency, which is to be self-aware. And being self-aware also means having the ability to go back and repair. So ruptures are going to be made because we're human beings.
We're not perfect.
And I really every day try to look at where I've made ruptures, and I've had to go back in time and still need to go back in time and do some repairing. So it's never too late. So thank you for sharing that. So I want to talk a little bit about your generation, and I think one of the reasons why I'm so intrigued with who you are and who you've become is because your generation, I've seen a lot of young people that have that tenacity and drive and motivation. So talk a little bit about this generation for you. And do you see your generation as flowers, or do you see them as weeds? What do you see your generation as? I have my view, my world view of it. What do you see from your lens? Because you are a part of the generation. I'm on the outside looking in. Because your generation, what?
Honestly, let everybody else and let Google tell it. I'm Generation Z. I'm Gen Z.
Okay.
I was born in '99, but that's like the cusp. That's like the transition. You millennial, you Gen Z. Because we grew up with a whole lot of stuff that the millennials had. Not everything, obviously.
Okay.
But we have some stuff that we can definitely relate to them with. And then we have the stuff we can relate with the rest of the Gen Z with.
Okay.
So I feel like kind of in the middle threshold. I don't really identify as a millennial or Gen Z. But if I had to choose, I'd probably take me back to the millennials.
Yeah.
But this generation, what are we? What are they? I'd probably say it's about a mix. It's about 50-50. You got your flowers, you got your weeds. I think that at the end of the day, we all aspire to be flowers. We all aspire to be something that can be beneficial and helpful to society. It's something that we can be proud of at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
But it's more so of having a lack of direction or having a lack of drive or the tenacity that you spoke of. And it can just have us in a stagnant place where we're not really contributing much to society or to our own well-being, so to speak. Not really focusing on the internal, personal level and going from there.
So what sets you apart? What do you think put you on this trajectory? What has made you so special to where you have made a decision to, at 24, be your own boss and then continue to pursue your education to aspire to live out your dream? What has set you apart, do you think?
Family, primarily, probably my uncle, in all honesty. Like, I feel like I get my work ethic from that man. He did so much to provide for us, our family, to make sure that we had what we needed to, and even my aunt, making sure that we didn't feel like we were ever left out, feel like we didn't have the love, the guidance, the home discipline that we needed in order to be successful in life. They made sure that they pushed us forward and that we had what we needed to get to where we want to be. And not even just them, but my family overall, because it took a village for me and my brothers. Like, if you know my personal story, then you would definitely understand that when they say it takes a village to raise a child, that was quite literally the case for us. Everybody in my family pitched in to raise us at some point in time. So having them there and the desire to make them proud, to do better, to make sure, they're happy and I'm happy, that was probably the main push. My main desire to do what I'm doing. And going back to my uncle, he has his own business. I aspire to have my own business as well. One thing with him, I watched him, me and my brother watched him all the time. Always working to take care of the family. And where I respect that, I do acknowledge that. I admire that about that man. I just know I don't want to work that hard around the clock, 24/7. So I guess being my own boss, I can make my own schedule, still make sure I get the income I need to survive, keep myself afloat, and one day my family afloat as well. So I can actually make sure I spend quality time with them.
Absolutely. Snaps to that. Snaps to that. So let's talk about what's happening right now in our community. Talk to me about what you see. What do you think is needed? What is missing? Why is there so much lack of social emotional intelligence?
I was gonna say, it's a lot missing nowadays.
Yeah.
There's a lot missing, especially within the Memphis community right now.
Yeah.
I feel like growing up, the city wasn't as bad as it is right now. Still have love. There's still so many good things going on in the city as well. Let me go ahead and throw that out there as well. Because Memphis is not just the bad. We have so much good going on here in the city. So many people trying to do the right thing. So many people trying to come up the right way.
Yes.
It's just, it's kind of just being overshadowed by everything else that's going on.
Most definitely.
But in the terms, I feel like, especially when it comes to social emotional intelligence, because like we spoke on maybe a couple weeks ago, it's something that's really lacking. People aren't really considering about what's going on with other people, what they're doing, what they have to do. They're only just focused on them. What can I get? What do I need? How can I get this? Who is that? I don't care. They got what I want, so I'm gonna take what they got. But in order to fix all that, I think just gonna have to take time to sit down with them. Really sit down, have them to kind of process what's going on. But even deeper than that, kind of starts at home. I know people say that all the time. It starts at home. It starts at home, and it's true. It's true. How you raised plays a major part in what you do and what you decide to do. Whether it's your parenting style, or whether it's the situation or the environment that you come up from,
it matters.
It matters.
It matters. It matters. Well, in closing, what's next for Miles?
What's next for me?
Yes.
Toughing out these next 2 years of grad school for sure, because I finish in 2026, and as well as doing everything that I can for my business. I just started it back in December, so I'm still in the foundation phase. Still trying to get clientele, still trying to advertise, which seems to be like one of the hardest things at the moment, especially in grad school. That's taking the majority of my time studying in classes. We're in class 8 to 5 now. Then as soon as I get home, I'm either tired or I immediately have to look at work, and then just whatever circumstances are going on in life.
Absolutely. So how can people reach you?
People can reach me at my personal email, Miles, MYLES.Braswell, BRASWELL, or at my business website, EternalDriftMT@gmail.com, or you can call me at 901-501-5994.
All right, community, you heard that, Miles. For those of you all that need that extra touch,
come on now.
You need your social emotional regulating.
Yes.
All right, you need that eternal drift. You need to come see Miles,
please,
so he can take care of you. Ladies and gentlemen, Dandelion community, I thank you for tuning in today. Go to my website at destinationdandelion.com, and please go to YouTube and subscribe. I need your support, and I need to get this out to the community, because we want to grow in that space of social emotional intelligence, so that we can be the best versions of ourselves here in this city. So until we see each other again, community, you all be well.